Hello, viewers. We gotta talk about something very urgent for a congressional race that impacts a part of Western Queens. This congressional race pretty much impacts the east side of Manhattan. This is for congressional district number 12 here in New York State. Many of you know a lot of races couldn't get called. I will briefly mention in upstate New York, Elliot Engel finally was declared the loser to Jamal Bowman in the 16th district. But we got a problem in District 12 once again. So let's get into this article from the Queens Daily Eagle. So we're going to go into this article. Thousands of absentee ballots have been tossed in tight Carolyn Maloney race. She currently leads at the moment by 648 votes, so it should be more in the article, to Surjot Patel. So let's get into this. And I will zoom in, so if you're on a smartphone or a tablet, it'll be easier for the eyes, I guess. Okay, here we go. A tight race between veteran Congress member Carolyn Maloney and challenger Surjot Patel has emerged as New York City's most closely watched congressional primary. But, and I do mean but, we got an issue here. But about 20% of voters may end up having no say in the final outcome. 1 in 5 mail-in ballots have been tossed out in the 12th congressional district, which includes parts of western Queens, Long Island City, northwestern Brooklyn, which includes Greenpoint, and of course the east side of Manhattan. This is according to Board of Election documents reported by The Intercept. The absentee ballots are crucial in this contest where Congresswoman Maloney, who has served in Congress since 1993, led Patel by 648 votes after the machine tallying following the June 23rd Democratic primary. I quickly want to mention that Carolyn Maloney on the night of June 23rd declared herself the winner. However, I spoke to somebody within the New York Democratic Caucus, and they told me by phone potentially this was a mistake. So time can only tell right now for Congresswoman Maloney. Roughly 65,000 Congressional District 12 votes cast their ballots by mail, reported by the New York Times. Congresswoman Maloney received 41.7% of the in-person votes compared to Patel's 40.1%. Two other candidates, Lauren Ashcraft and Pete Harrelson, received about 18% of the overall vote total and conceded the race. In Queens, Patel received 540 more votes than Maloney. So this is very interesting. Let's go to a map of Congressional District 12 if I can find it. Congressional District 12. Let me see if I can find a map of District 12. I think this is District 12. If we can pull it up here, I do apologize. So you're going to have to bear with me. Whoa, okay, we do not want to pull that up. Okay, is there a map of District 12? Potentially. Okay, I guess not. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is District 12, as you can see here. So once again, this is District 12. Pretty much Congresswoman Maloney represents the east side of Manhattan. Right here, of course, this is the east side of Manhattan. So pretty much she represents a large part of Manhattan. Versus Jared Nadler, who represents most of the west side of Manhattan. But as you can see here, Maloney mostly represents Astoria, as you can see here. And she represents Long Island City, and I knew this for a fact. She does represent Greenpoint, where McCarran Park is. So, yeah, I was correct. In fact, hang on. Let me just take a look at the Court Square area. Wow. So her district includes my deli that I like in Long Island City. Wow. Alright, because this is Thompson Street. I'm like, yes, this is the district. So all of this land, and to think that in Long Island City and Astoria, the opponent received 540 more votes than the incumbent. On Thursday, the 4 candidates called on the Board of Elections to count every absentee ballot that was invalidated because the post office did not postmark the envelope or because the Board of Elections received the ballots after June 30th. I know I hate to say this, folks, but if we get this pandemic calmed down by November, I'm urging you, one of two options. Please, if you can, take advantage of the early voting in October, or 2, vote on actual election day, November 3rd. I know I'm being a little bit biased here, but this is proof that the absentee balloting system, might have double-crossed Carolyn Maloney potentially. The candidates wrote, put bluntly, a missing postmark over which voters had no control over should not have disenfranchised those voters, the candidates wrote. So there you have it. There you have it. We stand together in asking Governor Andrew Cuomo to update his executive order to permit the Board of Elections to accept all absentee ballots received without a postmark. So, pretty much, this now goes to Governor Cuomo. Well, let's hope he does the right thing here. Because we are facing a situation where Congresswoman Maloney could have gotten double-crossed. We don't know yet, but there's a situation here. A 1 in 5 disenfranchisement rate is far too high for a developed democracy, that Patel said in a statement. Other plaintiffs in the lawsuit include Emily Gallagher, a 4th Brooklyn Assembly candidate, and a handful of former voters. Former Queensborough Community College professor Catherine Stable, 82 years old, joined the lawsuit after noting that she did not receive her absentee ballot until the day of the actual election, June 23rd. The plaintiffs are represented by Queens-based attorney Ali Najim and J. Remy Green. For the first time, an executive order issued by Governor Andrew Cuomo allowed all eligible voters to cast their ballot by mail if they had submitted an absentee ballot application. But many voters reported receiving their absentee ballots after Election Day or not at all. The absentee ballot count for District 12 will continue next week inside Queensborough Hall in Kew Gardens. Right. There was a correction, apparently. An earlier version of this article claimed that the Board of Elections must receive the ballots by June 26th. That's completely wrong. I knew this for a fact that it was June 30th. So even I knew this the night of the election. So, again, all I'm going to say is there's still a chance that Carolyn Maloney might have gotten double-crossed because of the post office. I hate to say it, but it's not the voters' fault. It's not the voters' fault. All right, the post office could make Sajat Patel the nominee and then put him into Congress in November. That's how dire this situation is, folks. That's how dire it is. So, if I have an update, I will keep you posted because I have been closely keeping an eye on this race because, again, it impacts Long Island City and Astoria. So, of course, this is a Queen story. Of course, I'm going to monitor this. But, yeah, I think with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Until the next one, please take care.